Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff here again, drinking from my kiss cup. Somebody give me a kiss. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. We got a nice blustery windstorm coming through. Anyway, it's possible flooding, but hey, we're all inside and we're safe and we're working from home. So, I entitled this one, Somebody Give Me a Kiss, because somebody did. So, a former bandmate of mine, friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, is a heating and air conditioning guy. So he's in people's houses working and stuff. And one day he was in a person's house and he noticed over in the garage area a little stack of vinyl records there. And he asked them, "Hey, can I take a look to those?" You know, because you could tell they weren't like in the collection. They were just there. Probably just hadn't been touched in years. And they said, sure. And so he flipped to it and found one particular title that he thought, well, this would be nice to have. I know somebody. So he said, how much you want for it? I forget that they gave him a price. He didn't have quite that much in cash on him. They said, whatever. Gave him like $6 for it. And then he texted me and he said, hey, I got this for you if you need it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. That sounds great. What we're doing is, it was a little Kiss album. Or I should say Kiss albums. Kiss, the originals. Kiss fans, of course, are familiar with this. If you're not, this is a 3-album collection, especially price collection, they said back in the day. This was released in 76. It contains the first 3 Kiss albums, and they are in paper sleeves, so they're not like, just paper album cover replicas of the album covers. And it's got all 3 albums in there. And as was common in the day when Kiss started doing this stuff, there was always things in there like this one had a booklet, and it's got stories and stuff in it. They did this in their live albums and things along the line, booklets, tattoos, things like that. This also had stickers and trading cards and things that are not in here because people usually don't. They play with those and then they get ruined. But here's the thing. So I'm a big Kiss fan. So I discovered Kiss, I would say, and I've told this story before. Kiss is the first rock band that I ever got into. Prior to listening to Kiss, I was all about, I listened to stuff that was on the radio, but it was a lot of disco at the time because we're talking mid-70s. And so, the Grease soundtrack was big, and I loved the movie Grease. We saw that movie quite a few times. Of course, I didn't know all the innuendos in there as a child of about 10 or 11 years old. But I had all the 45s of the Grease singles, and I had the Bee Gees and Saturday Night Fever and Andy Gibb and things like that. Well, a friend of mine had a sister, older sister, and we went to her over to my friend's house, and we pulled out one of her sister's Kiss albums, which was Kiss Alive, I believe. And we listened to it, and it was just, we were kind of, I don't know, we just were kids. We were just listening to it. Around the same time, I guess, her sister had, or at some point later, had Kiss Alive 2. And we pulled that out, and she was kind of showing us and making fun of the song Shock Me. She just thought Ace sang kind of funny, and it just sounded funny. Well, for some reason, it intrigued me. So I went out in that same year, which would have been 1977, and I bought my first Kiss album. My older brother helped me because it was one of his friends' sisters who that I hung out with. So that she was into Kiss. And so I went out and purchased Love Gun, which came out in 77. So it had to be around that time, 77, that I first purchased a Kiss album, came home and just listened and listened and listened and listened and listened. So this had already been out by then for about a year. But I've never owned this album, this set, never. Because I went and bought the first 3 albums individually. Never bought this set. Saw it in the record stores. I think it probably was a money thing. It was easier to buy a single album than it was to buy 3. And so time and time again, I would see this in the record bins. And time again, as a 11, 12-year-old kid, I didn't buy it. Because it just wasn't financially worth it. Because I already had all 3 of these albums. Anyway, so I'm excited to have this. Yeah, it's beaten up. This is about how you find most of these records. It's, it's pretty rough, but the actual record inside, they're very good. I would say they're probably very good. Very minor scuffs or anything for the age, so they play really well. More than thrilled. It's more of a novelty to have. I have all three of the original first albums, but I've never had this. This has the book in it, at least. I've never seen the book, never really read the book. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the cards and stuff one day. I don't know what they look like. I've never seen them. It's just one of those items that, even though I've collected a lot of stuff, Kiss, this was never anything that I went after to have. So he stumbles up on it, throws him a couple bucks, and then passes it to me, and I'm more than thrilled to have it. So it's one of those things to have in the collection that I've never had before, and I'm super grateful. Somebody gave me a Kiss, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. That's all for today. Rock on.